Bitters is a very big category. There are many different brands from locally to mass produce and so many different flavor profiles. Today we're gonna try 3 different orange bitters in a Bitter Giuseppe. So the internet is a great place. You meet a lot of new people, you can research, learn, and do whatever you want. Steve the Bartender's Facebook group, we've met many great new friends, and Peter Patrician is one of them.
Yes.
And he makes his own bitters.
Yes.
And my lovely wife, for my birthday, bought me all of his bitters that he makes.
All of the bitters he had available at the time.
Correct.
I've been really excited to try them out. We just haven't really had the occasion to do so. And since we're in the theme of using the things that we already have as far as spirits go, because we have no more room to buy more bottles, this is a great modifier I think we can play with.
Yes, and so it's kind of, the other day I said, what are some orange bitter forward cocktails? And Peter chimed in and said the Bitter Giuseppe. And what is also crazy is that same day, a random person came into my bar and said, do you know how to make this drink? And it was the Bitter Giuseppe.
Wild.
So same day, and I was like,
Kismet.
The cocktail gods are saying for us to try this drink.
Yes.
So today we have his own. He has a great lineup. He has many different varieties.
Yes.
We have 6 of his that he offers. I'll put a link in the description to his Instagram account. I've already let him know that we're doing this video, and if you want to purchase them, just message him on Instagram and he'll be glad to hook you up. And then we do Angostura orange bitters, and then we're doing Watkins orange bitters.
I picked up the Watkins because we buy the Watkins almond extract to make our orgeat.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that they had a line of bitters, so I figured why not try it?
Why not try? I've never had it before, so.
Because, I mean, really, Angostura and Fee Brothers are 2 of the most common brands here.
Absolutely.
So I figured let's use Angostura because it's a tried and true. It is absolutely one of the best on the market. And then let's try Watkins, a lesser known.
Right, exactly. Let's go ahead and let's do Peter's first. So there's really no great way to try bitters, so we're just gonna dash a couple in and see if it works.
Since we have these, we can just do this.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
I'm really excited to try these. I mean, I've tasted them and I've used a couple of them.
We used his espresso pecan one, and I did a Black Manhattan, or a Mr. Black Manhattan, and that was really good.
The espresso pecan bitters are, Peter, they are phenomenal. Like,
so it smells orangey, smells citrusy, so a little bitter. I mean,
it's light. It's very light. I love how this smells. Can I get a candle with this smell, please, and thank you?
All right.
I forgot that these are strong.
Yeah, they are.
If you don't know, bitters actually is alcohol. It's got a high alcohol content, which...
Usually over the 40% mark, because you're using basically ethanol to pull out, extract all the flavors from everything you're using. So you're not distilling it down, you're using basically pure ethanol or some sort of super high volume vodka to pull out flavors.
I know a lot of people use Everclear.
Yeah, Everclear. This is good. The orange is subtle. It's not super over bright. It's not like a candied orange or anything. This is like a citrus orange.
This is, you're eating a fresh orange. Yeah. And then you put some Angostura bitters on it.
Back end, just like some sort of aromatic notes to it. So it's a subtle orange. It's good.
I like this. It's delicate.
Delicate, exactly.
Oh, reliable.
Oh, reliable.
Thank you.
So there's a saying in the cocktail world is if your drink doesn't taste exactly right, you add a dash or 2 of bitters.
This one smells more like candied orange.
Candied orange is a lot more prevalent, but it's also almost a little bit more like synthetic orange.
Yeah, like orange Kool-Aid.
Yeah, orange Kool-Aid for sure.
Oh, that is much sweeter.
Oh yeah.
And it tastes like medicine.
Yeah, it's not really bitter at all.
No.
There's a subtle hit, but it's definitely more medicine-y.
It's like you ate an orange, you know those orange candy slices?
Ooh, I love
but like
those
with
things.
Brown sugar on it instead of regular sugar. Yeah. That's kind of what I get from this. Overall, I can see why it's used in cocktails. It's good, but I think the bitter component is missing.
Yep, exactly.
I'm really excited to try this guy.
Right.
The bottle is really pretty. I'm a sucker for pretty bottles.
I was about to say, you're a sucker for anything that looks good in a bottle.
Yeah.
Maybe I should put myself in a bottle.
The dashes appear to be a little bit more difficult to come out, so when you're using the Watkins, it might behoove you to maybe double the dashes per recipe. Just as
also there's less volume in here, so the first beginning bitters is always.
Oh, the shorter neck, you mean?
Right, because there's more liquid here. Once you get down here, then a dash will dash out. So there's this whole science or thoughts behind bitters and dashes.
I mean, it's physics.
This is almost like sweet tart orange.
Yeah, it's another type of candy orange. I feel like it smells more real orange than Angostura, but I still feel like it's a candy
On the
flavor.
bitter smell though, this is kind of like in between, right? Peter smells way more bitter. The Angostura did not smell bitter at all. This is kind of like in between.
Yeah.
On the smell wise.
Oh, wild.
Ooh, wow.
Sour.
Yeah. Sour, way more bitter, but it does have a lot more sour notes in it.
Yes. So if we're going to make a comparison here, I feel like candy orange. I feel like orange oil extracted from peels with aromatic.
Yep.
This one is orange juice with aromatic spices.
Yep. I see that. I did not ask Peter how he makes his orange bitters because I don't want that to be, I don't want to have sway on that. I just want to naturally taste them and put them in a cocktail without like, oh, you did this method or that, because I'm not sure how these other two do.
Right.
So.
I mean, I can read the bottle.
Yeah, I didn't read the bottle. I don't want to read the bottle.
I don't know what this is. This is I love this label.
Yeah. And he batches it out. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and make a bitter
Giuseppe.
A bitter Giuseppe.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why I have so hard time saying that. Well, it's
You
like
have a hard time pronouncing all words.
Yeah. Except for I love you. You can say that pretty well. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make a bitter Giuseppe. Give these orange bitters a try.
Yes.
And see if Riley can tell the difference.
Depending on how much is in each one, I really hope so because they are so different.
6 dashes. Let's make a bitter Giuseppe. So this is a really interesting cocktail, and it seems like Cynar is the prominent spirit choice for this on all the recipes. You know, it is an Amaro, but I think the bitterness level is what people are looking for.
Oh boy.
You're so thrilled.
I am pumped.
You're the bitter queen.
I'm a bitter human, but as far as bitter flavors go.
Right.
All right. Smells like lemon.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. I don't hate that.
Wow.
The vermouth definitely helps it.
Yes.
I actually like
If you tried this a year and a half ago when we first started this channel, you'd be like, no, thank you. Probably. It's hard to really obviously say it, but.
Yeah, that's good. All right, as far as the orange flavor goes, subtle. Candy, maybe.
This is gonna definitely, you have to run through the gamut twice, probably. Because I mean, again, it's only 6 dashes to a Cynar and a sweet vermouth, so that's still, it's a lot to hold up against that.
Yes. The lemon peel garnish definitely throws off the smell, so that's not gonna help me at all. But I do feel as though it's necessary, so I'm not going to take it out. I do feel like the garnish is extremely helpful in just creating the balance in the cocktail as far as the nose goes.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting.
If anything, this is slightly more orangey.
That's about really, I agree with that.
This is, we've said we were splitting hairs before, but this is, oh, there's almost an indecipherable.
This one kind of tastes juicier.
Maybe.
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I guess this one is more fresh. When side by side, this is more orange, this is more candy. This is like fresh orange,
right?
More candy. Fresh orange candy. Let's see what this one says.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna speak to you? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That one's lighter.
Yep. This is definitely probably in the top 3 hardest episodes that we have done so far, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, take out the Plantation Roundup and the Jack Daniels round. Jim Beam round. Take those out of the equation.
If you take out the mass roundups with multiple bottles,
right.
This is probably the hardest one. I don't think I would have even been able to tell the difference a year ago.
This is definitely a drink. If you order in the bar, they serve you 2 different ones. Absolutely no way you're gonna know you got 2 different cocktails.
2 different orange bitters.
Right. In my thoughts, the Chinar on this one is more bitter than the other 2. This is the most bitters of the 3.
Agreed. I also think it's the lightest. So I think that's Peter's.
Okay.
Or Patrician's bitters. It's the lightness for me. I think this one honestly is my favorite.
I agree with that. That's the one I kind of like the most too.
Because even though the Chinar is more prominent, I do feel like whichever bitters this is, lends it to be a little bit more delicate. It doesn't make sense what I'm saying. I know it doesn't make sense. The Chinar is more prominent, but it's not as bold or big.
Right. Yeah.
And muted isn't the right word either, because it's not muted, it's just more cohesive.
And I agree with your first summit. This is juicier, this is more candied.
Yep.
This is brighter.
But I also think this one is the sweetest. So I think that's the Angostura.
Okay.
Because Angostura was by far the sweetest, the least bitter of.
Right.
And that lends to this one, which doesn't make sense, because if it tastes more like candy, this tastes more like orange juice. This one should be the candy one because it tastes more like candy, but I do feel like since it's the sweetest one, it's gonna sweeten up the cocktail the most. I don't know. Locking it in. You got none right.
Yeah, you got none right. Yep. I mean, this is...
No. How?
That's it.
How? No. No way. Nope. This one makes sense to me.
Right.
But these 2 being swapped,
It's just a matter of what else is in these bitters, and that's what's doing it to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the other flavor profiles? And they're just...
But this one is the most bitter. And it's the sweetest cocktail. This one was the most bitter.
I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. So it kind of does make sense though, think about it. Because we said this is like the most orangey one out of all of them, right? And this is the juiciest one of them all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we know, now we can correlate the 2 together and like.
But I feel like this one was the juiciest. Like it tasted the most like juice. This one tasted like aromatic orange. Makes sense because it's bitters.
Crazy world cocktail game.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do, is help you guys figure things out without you spending all your money. We spend all of our money. Which we don't mind, because we have nothing else better to do with our lives. At the end of the day, does orange bitters matter in this specific drink?
No.
I don't really think so.
It doesn't.
So
all of them are good.
Yeah, most people have at least a bottle of orange bitters. If you don't, reach out to Peter. He'll be more than glad to help you out. Because again, it is a great bitters just to have. You're supporting a local fellow cocktail enthusiast.
Yep.
Makes a great product. He's very friendly. And it gets you shipped out right away.
Yeah.
Whatever orange bitters you have, make this cocktail. It's very unique. If you want to try something unusual, it's a lot different. If you like Negronis, you'll probably like this.
And even if you don't, you might like it because I like it.
And you don't like Negronis, so. So if you like unique, different flavors, check out our Amari video that we did.
Yep.
Amari's a very not new, but it's a very
gaining
popularity spirit liqueur. Go ahead and check that out. Have some fun with that. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.